first analysis that I'm going to show you is the chi-square test. The chi-square test tests relationships between two nominal variables, as I already discussed. If you haven't watched the video about knowing what test to choose and you're not sure when you should be using which test, make sure to watch that video, which will help you determine what test you need. So like I said, the chi-square test tests relationships between two nominal variables. So the practice exercise that we're going to be using is using the torture data set that we've used in class. Our research question is, are participants in the torture condition more likely to sign an anti-torture petition than participants in the enhanced interrogation condition? So for this study, if you need a little bit of a refresher, there were two conditions. So participants were randomly assigned to either the torture condition or the enhanced interrogation condition. And all this meant was on the questions asking about attitudes towards the use of torture, torture was either called torture or called enhanced interrogation. So the idea for our research question is that if it was called torture, it sounds more serious, people are more likely to sign the petition against using it, versus if it was called enhanced interrogation, it might not seem like as negative of a thing, and people might be less likely to sign the petition. So in order to test this, we're going to do our chi-square. So in order to do this, you'll want to make sure that you're in the Analyses tab, and then from here you will click on Frequencies, and then under Contingency Tables, you're going to select Independent Samples Chi-square Test of Association. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take the condition, so our independent variable, we're going to put in the columns box. So that'll show our independent variable up on the top, so we'll see our enhanced interrogation condition and our torture condition. And then we're going to take the signed petition variable, which is just a categorical variable that said, did they sign the petition, yes or no. So our two categories are yes and no, and that's why we're doing a chi-square, because both variables, the dependent variable and the independent variable, are both categorical. So we're going to move that into rows. So it'll add these as rows, so whether they did not sign or signed the petition. So as we can see here, we have the total numbers for how many people didn't sign it, how many people did sign it, how many people were in the enhanced interrogation condition versus how many people were in the torture condition, and then our total number of participants. So as you can see, for the enhanced interrogation condition, 106 did not sign the petition and 33 did. For the torture condition, 100 did not sign and 52 did. So what the chi-square test is going to tell us is whether the rate that people signed the petition was different based on which group we were in. So did one group sign proportionally more petitions than the other group? So we're going to look at our chi-square tests table. So on this row with the N, it just shows how many participants completed the study and were used in the analysis. For the chi-square line, this 3.85 is our chi-square value. We have 1 degree of freedom, and our p-value is 0.050. So looking at this, we see our p-value is less than or equal to 0.05. So we can say that there was a statistically significant difference between the groups. And it looks like the torture group was more likely to sign the petition than the enhanced interrogation group, which is what we expected. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for listening.